Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shill stats, slate search, pests, vassals, minions, and meat sacks. I'm useful, you're welcome. And boy, if you need any more evidence about how the political elites in our government are completely out of touch, the audacity and the insult of offering California fire victims a one-time check of $770. And this is eerily reminiscent of the fact that when the North Carolina hurricane victims went through what they did, they were offered 700 one-time $750 checks to address all of their problems, and it's truly astounding and just a staggering example of just how out of touch the powerful are, the political elites, to just insult all these poor victims. And in North Carolina, of course, we saw them offered $750 checks, and now in California, $770 checks. I'm not sure how they rate $20 more, but in the context of something a lot of pundits have already pointed out, the fact that we can come up with $160 billion to send to Ukraine and tens of billions of dollars to send to Israel to perpetuate war, and then not be able to come up with any kind of reasonable plan or compensation or money to tide people over that have gone through these terrible things right here in the United States. And so that's a very glaring example, once again, that the United States and the elites can always come up with staggering amounts of money to send overseas for basically futile projects, but they can't serve the needs of American citizens on even a basic level. And North Carolina, of course, they're also at the end of their tether for support, and a lot of these people are being pushed out of their FEMA quarters and housing. And so, on top of going through what they did, being offered this incredibly meager sum, now a lot of these people are going to find themselves out in the streets, and we're going to see the same thing over again in California with these fire victims. And just think about it, $750 one-time check. I mean, seriously, what the fuck is that going to pay for? With the Biden administration's inflation alone, that'll buy about 2 weeks worth of groceries that they can't cook because they don't have a fucking house anymore. And these incredible losses by people in North Carolina and California, they lose everything they own. They lose their houses, they lose their cars, they lose their pets, they lose everything they have. And somehow the government thinks giving them $750 and $770 is going to ease their pain in any manner whatsoever. Just stunning. Uh, you just couldn't have a better example of how out of touch the elites are. And of course, with the amounts of money that our political class has, and the 1%, even the 10%, and even the top 50%, who don't really have too many issues, they can easily absorb inflation, and they can deal with calamities in their lives. But all these poor people in North Carolina that have lost everything they had, and the not so poor people in California that have lost everything they had, it's a lot harder for those people and us, you and me, to absorb inflation, let alone catastrophic loss of property and even a roof over your head. The hubris and audacity of the political class and the elites in this country never ceases to amaze me. I'm a useful idiot, don't you be one too?